Welcome back to Maple and Bamboo. Today, I want to share a truth that changed the way I see wealth forever. Peace of mind is the real currency. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're stressed, anxious, or constantly comparing yourself, you're not truly wealthy. This isn't just about finance, it's about life philosophy. And today, we'll walk through the Bamboo Wealth Way. Money touches every part of our lives, our choices, our relationships, even our health. Yet many people who earn well still feel poor inside. Why? Because they trade peace of mind for more things, more status, and more validation. The truth is, wealth without peace is not wealth at all. It's just numbers without meaning. That's why this conversation matters. We often confuse having more with being more. But owning more doesn't automatically bring happiness or fulfillment. I've seen people with luxury cars and huge homes who are drowning in stress and debt. On the other hand, I've seen families with modest means living in joy, laughter, and freedom. The real question is, what kind of wealth are you chasing? As a first-generation immigrant, I started in survival mode. I worked hard, saved hard, and pushed for success the way society defined it: status, promotions, and recognition. But as I climbed higher, I noticed that the more I gained, the less peace I carried. Something was missing. That's when I began redefining wealth, not just as money, but as peace of mind. So let's explore. What is Bamboo wealth? And how can it bring you both financial freedom and inner peace? Along the way, I'll share lessons from my own life, from corporate boardrooms to personal stories, and from Eastern philosophy to practical investing. Let's start with the trap most people fall into: chasing status. Society teaches us that wealth means a big house, a luxury car, and designer clothes. We see it on social media every day, the highlight reels of people showing off. But the reality behind many of those photos is debt, stress, and sleepless nights. That's not freedom. That's slavery to appearances. True wealth can't be measured by likes or labels. I'll never forget my first luxury purchase, a Louis Vuitton bag. For one day, I felt like I had arrived, but that feeling disappeared and the credit card bill stayed. That was my wake-up call. I realized I was buying pressure, not peace. Chasing status is like eating sugar. It gives you a rush but leaves you empty. Real wealth is like nutrition. It sustains you, strengthens you, and builds long-term health. We need to stop feeding our egos with sugar highs and start feeding our souls with peace. Why do so many fall into this trap? Because comparison is everywhere. We compare our lives to colleagues, neighbors, and even strangers on Instagram. But the truth is, comparison is a thief. It steals our joy, our focus, and our financial peace. The more you chase their lives, the further you get from building your own. The moment I stopped asking, "What will people think?" and started asking, "What gives me peace?" everything changed. I stopped needing to prove myself with purchases. I started building wealth quietly, intentionally, and with freedom as the goal. That shift from status to peace is where Bamboo wealth begins. So, what exactly is Bamboo wealth? It's wealth that is strong yet flexible, quiet yet powerful. It doesn't need to scream for attention because it stands tall on its own. It's not about impressing others. It's about building peace for yourself and those you love. Bamboo wealth is resilience, not performance. Bamboo spends years growing roots underground before it shoots upward. You may see nothing for a long time, but deep beneath the soil, strength is building. That's how true wealth grows. It takes patience, unseen effort, and consistency. And when it rises fast and strong. Here's the difference. Status is what others see. Wealth is what you feel inside. Status requires constant validation. Wealth gives quiet peace. If you had to choose, which would matter more at the end of your life? A stranger's approval or your own freedom? As a first-generation immigrant, I saw my parents and peers focus on security, savings, and sacrifice. We didn't buy things to impress, we saved to survive. That discipline became my foundation, and today I realize that survival mindset planted the seeds of bamboo wealth. In Chinese philosophy, there's a saying, "Fugui buneng yin, pinjian buneng yi," wealth should not corrupt you, and poverty should not sway you. Wealth is a tool, not a trophy. In the West, success is often defined by performance and display. Bamboo wealth bridges both worlds. It values security like the East and freedom like the West. Living below your means isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. Every dollar you don't spend is a seed you plant. It's about saying no to things today so you can say yes to freedom tomorrow. Wealth begins not with earning more, but with keeping more. I started small, just a few $100s a month, but consistency compounded into something bigger than I imagined. The power of investing is not timing the market, it's time in the market. Small, steady steps build strong bamboo roots. When my income grew, my expenses didn't need to. That's where many people get stuck. The more they earn, the more they spend, and peace slips away. Bamboo wealth means growing your savings faster than your lifestyle. That's the true flex. Money stress is the #1 reason for sleepless nights. Protecting peace means automating savings, budgeting wisely, and staying out of unnecessary debt. It's not just about dollars, it's about your health, your relationships, your well-being. Protecting your peace is protecting your wealth. Compounding is like bamboo. It looks slow at first, invisible even, but then suddenly it shoots up rapidly. The lesson is simple. Be patient, keep watering, keep planting. Your wealth will grow, even if you can't see it yet. Lessons from corporate life. I worked alongside colleagues making 7 figures. On the surface, they looked successful. But many were trapped in golden cages, burned out, unhealthy, unhappy. That was not wealth. That was slavery dressed in a suit. The price of chasing money can be high. Missed birthdays, broken marriages, failing health. I saw people who won financially but lost everything else. That's when I promised myself, I will never trade peace for a paycheck. That is too expensive. True wealth is not about buying things. It's about buying options. Options to retire earlier. Options to walk away from toxic environments. Options to spend time with loved ones. That's the real definition of financial freedom. Quick riches are like bamboo cut too early. They collapse. Sustainable wealth is slow, patient, and lasting. The faster you chase, the weaker the roots. The slower you build, the stronger the foundation. After 25 years in a Fortune 500, I realized peace is not found in promotions or titles. Peace is found in alignment with your values, your purpose, and your financial habits. That is the wealth worth chasing. Practical takeaways. 4 Bamboo Wealth Principle. If I could summarize bamboo wealth in 4 principles, they would be: live below your means, invest consistently, protect your peace, think legacy, not just lifestyle. These 4 truths will outlast any market trend. Along the way, avoid the traps. Debt that looks like freedom but feels like chains. Chasing the next hot stock instead of building consistency. Ignoring health while building wealth. And worst of all, comparing your journey to others. These pitfalls destroy peace. Bamboo wealth isn't just about today, it's about tomorrow. It's about leaving something behind for your children, your community, and your future self. Legacy is not just money, it's values, habits, and peace of mind passed forward. At the end of life, nobody will remember the brand of your bag or the square footage of your house. They will remember your peace, your presence, and the impact you left behind. Wealth is not about noise, it's about the quiet freedom of a life well lived. Thank you for joining me on Maple and Bamboo. If this message resonates, check out my book, Bamboo Wealth, for deeper lessons. Subscribe to this channel for more reflections on life, career, and wealth. And if you'd like to walk this journey with me one-on-one, you can reach me at mapleandbamboo@gmail.com. Until next time, remember, peace of mind is the real currency.